Okay, guys. Today we are going to start a new lesson. Yesterday we talked about polygons, identifying them using their attributes. What is an attribute? Raise your hand if you can remember.
Characteristic.
A characteristic of it. What is one thing we use to describe a polygon?
We use the amount of sides, vertices, and angles.
The amount of sides, vertices, and angles. Okay? So today we're going to talk about just identifying and classifying triangles, okay, which is a polygon. We're going to go into more detail about that today. Remember, before ACAT, we reviewed about the different types of triangles. Who can tell me one? Obtuse. Acute. Right triangle. Anybody else?
Scalene.
A scalene. Okay. Isosceles.
Equilateral.
Equilateral. Okay, those are different types of triangles that we're going to look at today into a little bit more detail. So let's look right here at the problem of the day. Okay. No, this is not in your book. Okay, I'm going to display it on the whiteboard. Oh, wait, hold on. I cut some of that off. All right, so at the end of a winning softball season, the coach cuts 2 home plates into triangles so that players can have souvenirs. What names can you use to describe each of these triangles? So let's take a look at the first triangle, number 1. Okay, if we draw and only look at the first triangle, what type of triangle could that be? Tristan? Obtuse, because it has an obtuse angle. What else? Hunter? No, because it has one obtuse angle.
I think it could be a scalene.
You think it could be a scalene? Why do you think it could be a scalene?
Because it has no equal sides. It looks like
Do these 2 sides look a little bit equal?
Yeah, a
Little, so maybe. But if it doesn't have any equal sides, it's a what?
scalene.
What if it has 2 equal sides?
No, it's not
Parallelogram. Right
Parallelogram.
triangle, parallelogram is a quadrilateral. Right triangle.
No, if it has what?
2 equal sides. Isosceles, okay? So let's look right here at number 2. Let's change our color so that we know that we're looking at a different one. Okay? What kind could we call that? Acute. It doesn't have any obtuse angles and it doesn't have any right angles. It is an acute triangle. What else?
It has equal sides.
So what would that be called?
Quadrilateral. Parallel.
Equilateral. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral. That means it has 4 sides. Okay? All right, let's change our color and look at this one.
That's a right angle.
That's a what? Right angle. So what type of triangle is it?
Right triangle.
All right. What other type is it? What? Scalene, because it doesn't have what?
No equal sides.
It doesn't have any equal sides, okay? So those that you just told me are attributes of these triangles, and that is how we classify them, okay?
Wait.
What about the next space? I was going to say that if you put those 2 sides next to each other, they would be the same length.
These 2 here?
The red lines.
Yeah.
If you put them beside each other, they'll
This
be
one's a little bit longer. See how it's not straight down?
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit longer. All right, so sometimes you do have to be careful with that. Okay? So what are some words that we use to describe angles with angle measurements? Obtuse. What's an obtuse angle?
Over 90 degrees.
Over 90. What's another angle?
Acute.
What is it?
Under 90.
Less than 90. What's another angle, Hunter? Right angle. What is it? Equal to 90. Okay? So I want everybody to pick up their whiteboard with their dry erase marker. and draw me an example of an obtuse angle and hold it up and let me see it. Obtuse. Yes. Not a triangle, just an angle. Yes, 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 yes. Not a circle. That's a 90. It's got to be bigger than 90. That's less than 90, Chase. Yes. All right. What about a right angle? Everybody draw me a right angle. Yes. 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 Straight up. Yes. How can we tell when we see a right angle? It's like
because it'll have a square. If it's up and sideways, or if it's down and sideways.
Okay.
It'll make a little
Put your arms out like this.
And if they're fully straight.
That's a right angle. Okay. If I go bigger than a right angle, I'm a what? If I go smaller, I'm a what? Acute.
And 360.
Yeah, good job. So we use those angles when classifying triangles, okay? So what about, what's the least number of acute angles a triangle can have?
3. The least?
2.
1. 3. 1.
We're just it can have less than 3 because it can have a right angle or an obtuse.
So what was the question?
What's the least number of acute angles a triangle can have?
1.
It can have less than 3 because it can have a 90 degree and it can have an obtuse. 2. Okay? Okay? So let's look at an anchor chart we're going to make together.
Bam. Wait, I thought was going to be number the number 5.
We're not there yet, baby. We're going to draw an anchor chart so that we can put all this information together. I'm going to draw it on here, and you can draw it in your workbook on that square on page 501. 501. No, because that's going to get erased. All right, so we're going to title this triangles. Okay? All right, you're going to have 2 separate sides that we're going to talk about. All right, we're going to classify triangles by their what?
Their angles.
Their angles and what else?
The size of
Their sides. Okay? So we're going to do this side by side. And we're going to do this side by angles.
So on the workbook.
In that white box. Okay.
So they do it just like this.
Okay. All right. So if I have a triangle that has who can tell me what these little marks mean that we talked about yesterday?
Oh,
what does that mean?
Equal sides.
They're congruent,
Yes.
which means they're equal. Okay. So if I have a triangle that has 3 sides that are equal, what type of triangle is that?
A regular.
What? Equilateral. Okay, so above the top, you're going to label that one as an equilateral. Huh?
I've heard of this before. I think we learned it in 5th grade to get line segments. We learned about that yet?
Yes. Each side is a line segment. All right, so out beside that, we're going to write all 3 sides are equal. Okay? Equilateral is all 3 sides are equal. Obviously, this is not perfect.
How many was it? I think you should just put like one side.
3.
All sides are equal.
I'm sorry.
So you should put all sides are equal.
All 3 sides are equal. See?
Equal letters in any shape or equal. Yeah, but you can see the picture. You said all 4 sides are equal.
Yeah, if it has 3 sides, what is it? A triangle. Okay? Now, on this one, how many sides are equal? 2. 2. So what type is that?
That's gonna be isosceles.
Isosceles. And it has 2 sides that are equal.
How does the IS make it? Oh, I see.
Can you see Jacoby? You need to move over there so you can see better?
Are we gonna have
Move over there, Roger, so you can see.
Are we gonna have room to put all of them, or is it
All right, so the last one that we use the sides to classify is one that has no equal sides. What's it called? A scalene. Good job.
I can't remember. Yeah, those
We're going to practice these a lot, so you will.
Would a piece of pizza be scalene?
Depends. If none of the sides are equal, then yeah, sometimes they're an isosceles, because sometimes 2 of the sides are equal. If they're,
Yeah, because
it depends on how you cut it.
Yeah.
Well, you like me, I don't cut it much. Uh-oh.
Hold on. So it'd be a scalene.
Yes.
Oh. Scalene.
You can click the back arrow. I don't know if it'll go back. Let's go back here. No,
They're just like the scalene, the equilateral scalene, isosceles, and like all the others that we've learned about, or is there more?
that's the only ways we're going to classify them. By sides and angle. Well, no.
So that's all of them.
For sides and angles. All right, so if we're going to go by angles, what if we have one that has this? What is that?
A right.
A right. Okay, if it has a right triangle, it's going to have one right angle. And it's going to be called a right triangle.
What is that last one?
No equal sides. Scaling. You got it. Equal.
The last one.
Equal. Okay? So one right angle is a right triangle. Well, what if it has these?
That would be a cube.
A cube. Alright, that means it's all 3 acute angles. Okay? What if it has this? Out of 2. That means it has one obtuse angle. Okay. So we can either do sides or angles, or can we use both?
Both.
Yeah, you can use both.
Could be a right scaling triangle.
Yeah, it can be a right scaling triangle. What do you think angle measures an equilateral triangle is going to have? A cube. Good job, Aubrey. You have an equilateral triangle. Look at the our equilateral triangle in the first column. What kind of angles does that triangle have? Are they all three acute?
Yes.
Yes, because they're all the what?
They're equal.
The same.
And
Okay.
they're all below 90 degrees.
All right. What about that obtuse? What would the side length be on that obtuse?
79. No, wait.
Very
Scaling?
Scaling. Good job, because they're all what?
Bigger
Big.
big.
And different.
Wait, they're not. How are they bigger than that? What are we doing?
No, scaling means no sides are equal. Yeah, scaling means no sides are equal. All right, well, what about that isosceles? What angles does it have?
The isosceles have two equal sides.
Two equal sides, but what about its angles? Acute. They're smaller. Okay, they're smaller than 90 degrees. Okay, on that one that we drew. Yes. Not quite yet. Okay. All right, so I want you guys to go log into your quizzes. And you have an assigned quizzes. You go under your assignment. And pull up the assigned quizzes. And we're going to complete that. Go to activity.
You said quizzes?
No. Yes, she said crazy.
You gotta log in through Clever.
Because it don't show it. It says English quiz.
Log in through Clever.
I did that. It says English quiz.
You didn't search it up?
Classes. I'm only in.
Alright, go to activity.
I'm in your class. It just says no.
Hold on.
Your page.
Yeah. That's what I do. Classes.
That's what I did.
Hold on.
Enter class code. Class code.
You shouldn't have to join my class.
We're already in our class. It says Lowe's class by Lowe.
Hold on.
What is it called?
Hey.
What is it called?
Wait, can we use our Wi-Fi then?
Yes. I don't know what's doing. Oh, what is the physics called? Because this
Is this a grade? Yeah. Wait, Monday? Yeah, Monday.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
I'm pretty sure you have to click challenge mine.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Just say challenge things.
Share.
No, that's gonna.
Press dot and it should give you a code.
Okay, there we go. Join that one. Use that code.
Does it have 5 questions?
Oh, you were thinking that. Oh, we have 50. We have the power. We have the power.
Miss Boltz was the first one. Does it have what is one? I didn't. Write that down.
It's identifying triangle. Alright, you ready?
Malachi uses power up. Immediately. Okay, it's okay.
Hey, you're gonna.
It has one of two symbols and a two.
Yes. Don't worry, this will draw a right triangle.
I don't want to. I'm good at them.
I just lost my screen.
How does it have two? Oh, that was a two. I can't.
It doesn't give you the picture.
Draw an obtuse triangle and a circle with an acute angle. I think it says you got it dark, and so you could just see hers. I think it says you have your back screen so dark.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
You're drawing a triangle, so how many sides should it have?
You got to yeah, my back.
Okay, so how many sides should you have if you're drawing a triangle?
Yeah, but just the first.
I'm not whatever.
I have the first.
Wait, cute? I just got cute's like this, right?
Acute is smaller than this.
So how does that really doesn't matter? It was a cute because like they had this.
If it has one obtuse angle, then it's obtuse. If it has one obtuse angle, then it is obtuse.
It's also not
Yeah.
I got a Yeah, I want points for you. Yeah, because you did